Good evening, yogis. We'll have the camera on in a moment. Happy Friday. We made it through the first week of the year in relatively good shape. It's really good to see you. And still setting up the camera, so I'd like for you to relax. And happy hour has become exactly a happy hour. So settle on in, take a load off. Sure is good to see you. You may see a message on your screen saying it's being recorded or live stream or blah, 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 but just say yes to everything and everything will turn out okay. Because you can trust me, right? Okay, wiggle out your legs a couple of times. Swallow once, circle your jaw. Let's let go of our care and worries together. Get into that beautiful river of life that's flowing underneath us. Put the oars down and relax. Okay, wiggle out. Good. Take a conscious breath. Maybe the first one of the day. That's okay. Feel whatever you're feeling. What is life January 7th, 2022 feel like to you? Up and down our feelings go, hopefully always trending upward, but certainly up and down. And yet there's something inside of us that's unmoving, unconditioned, immovable, indestructible, eternal, glorious, pristine. And it's good to tap into that. It's what allows us to live through the slings and arrows and enjoy all of it at some level. Welcome if you just stopped in, just pulled into the parking lot. We're on the back for 2 more minutes. We got a happy hour to spend together. And together we can get happy. Breathe what you feel what you breathe. Get out of time and space. Good. Now, just for me, I'm going to pray the prayer. I accept exactly the way that I feel right now. I'm responsible for exactly my internal world, and I'm grateful for exactly the way that it is. So be it. Doesn't mean I want this to be like this forever. It doesn't mean I don't want things to change. It doesn't mean any of that. It simply means I am responsible for the reality that I create. No one else is. And I choose to live in that paradigm. Coming to my class does not mean you have to agree with me. It does mean that you listen to what I say and synthesize your own beautiful worldview. Good. Now, biggest inhale ever. Big inhale. Exhale, release it all out. Empty out. Pull the plug. We are calm and peaceful souls. Even if we're not, we know at the core of our being we are. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circulate extra super feel God through yourself. Arms up to the ceiling, lace them up. Stretch your arms up over your head. Writhe around in feeling so good you can barely contain it. Goofy grin on your face. It is Friday. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Good. And let's roll up and do some yoga together. What do you say? Happy New Year. Happy Friday. Happy, joyous, and free. A great line from the world of recovery says, we are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. And it's an ongoing promise. We're always to know a new freedom and a new happiness. I just think that's a great promise of the world of spirit, because spirit is inexhaustible. So I'm going to hit the record button, and I hope you'll indulge me for these learning curves that I'm in with YouTube. But your images are always transparent, perfectly anonymous, and this allows me to move stuff over to YouTube. So it becomes a continuous resource for all of my friends and makes me gobs and gobs of money. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It certainly doesn't do that yet. But we're all branching out into new things. And so off we go in a learning curve. Inhale up and exhale out. And let's poof together 4 times. Up your back. Poof. Sure is good to see you guys. Grateful to be in your presence. Poof. Let's lose our minds, get into the rhythm of the movement. We're all tentacles of a common creature. We share the same nervous system. We're branches of a different tree, a million different metaphors. Poof. Bring hands into the heart. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. Tonight's prayer, affirmation, invocation, God, love, source, being, infinite, almighty presence, whatever you like to be called. May the wall that separates our mortal selves from your infinite self dissolve away, that presence may appear. Glory after glory. Amen. Beautiful. Pause down. Come on down for seated forward fold. Move your hair around. Relax your head. Settle in. We're going back to a place we've never been before. Quoting John Denver, of course, who liked to get Rocky Mountain high a lot. Settle your shoulder blades apart. What do you want to learn this year? What's fascinating? What new thing would you like to include in your life that would be kind of awkward and miserable at the start to learn, but once you got your momentum and you took the training wheels off, you know it would be fun. Just an interrogative, just an inquiry. Inhale, come on up. And then place pause behind you. And bottoms up, lift up. And sink down. Good job. We'll inhale up for one of those glorious ohms together. Oh. Look how long your ohms are getting. I'm so proud of you guys. Switch across your legs. Welcome if you're joining on YouTube. This is the place where the elite meet to open up their feet, come on down. This is the class for everybody, not just the circus performers. There's plenty of that kind of yoga. This is for us normal folk who just like to get together and move and groove a little bit. Relax your hair, move your head around. Swallow your pride. I hate doing that. And come up, yogis. Hands behind you. There's a certain groove to these movements, isn't there? We lift up, and the deeper we dig the groove of well-being and ecstasy, the easier it is to fall into it, the less likely we'll fall out of it. The yoga word for groove in our mind is samskara. It literally means a rut or a groove where mental and emotional energy flows. Once it flows there, it's likely to keep going in that direction. So to create good samskaras is a wonderful practice. Inhale up, release out. Good, then pause on your knees, shoulders. 1, 6, 7, 8. Other way. There are 3 kinds of samskaras in yoga. One is called sattvik. It means upward. It means a groove that takes us higher. Then there's rajasic, which means sort of neutral. It's just a groove that gets deeper. It's not necessarily better or worse. And then there's tamasic, which is the downward spiral. And we've all been caught in a couple of those. And yogis recognized a long time ago we could have 3 kinds of grooves. Inhale up. Some grooves are groovier than others. Exhale. Drop your chin, take your coconut around 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1. I've decided this is the year of putting way too much stuff on my plate. Just way more. You go to the smorgasbord, you've been to the ones at Las Vegas, and you fill up 6 plates because everything looks so good. So consider this the year of putting way too much on your plate. Relax your head down for 12 seconds. At the start, it's overwhelming, but our brains are so magnificently capable of creating wiring to accommodate an infinite number of patterns. But it has to be challenged, it has to be exercised, it has to be pushed to do that. Otherwise, the same old samskaras every day. Same samskara, different day. Good, then lay your hands out in front, turn backwards, elbows together, lean in. However much we put on our own plate, it's nothing compared to the size of God's plate, universe plate, Buddha plate, doesn't matter what you call it, just the bigger plate. Lean side to side. It's not more than we can digest. It's more than we can chew. It's more than we can get in our mouth, but we have a big appetite for life, and we're not as scared of being remedial or bad or imperfect at the start. So we just jump in like a little kid and have fun with our projects. Good. Come up and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did Helen Keller say? Life is a great adventure or it's nothing at all. And she was deaf, dumb, and blind. So I ain't got no excuse. 6, 7, 8. Take a pause. Shake out old habits, old patterns, stinky old constructs of thinking. Get them out. Yuck. Shake, shake. Flippy flops, excited new patterns. We will know a new freedom and a new happiness. Yay. Well, when does that stop? Never. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, feel the vibrational inflow of new ideas, new patterns, new epiphanies, new revelations, new, fresh. Yeah, it's messy. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's uncomfortable for a while, but we're learning to be delighted in our discomfort. And then there's no more discomfort. Inhale up you go. And regular exhale out. Good start. Good start. Left leg out, right ankle over, left shin folds under if you can. Now, take your right thumb into the base of your calf, right in the middle. There's a little split in there, and just dig in there and see if you can get your attention. It should be like ow in there as you dig in. Now just hold steady pressure in that marma or chi point. Hold there and swircle here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. You feel that moving in your calf? 7, 6. Good job. All right. Inhale to the top. Grab your elbows. Work them side to side. I got a haircut today. I got the white wall tires and very aerodynamic now. Feels so good. Side, side. Switch the cross of your elbows. Get your happy on. I swear to God, I want my tombstone to say, Greg was happy for no apparent reason and still is. And because I don't want to leave anytime soon. But you never know. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Come on down. You could put a block underneath your forehead. I want you to find the size that suits you, SIGHS. What size do you like of every pose? Lean in. Inhale, come up. And now try to drag your right knee all the way over your left knee. It may not make it all the way over. It's okay. You might have to lift up and shimmy a little bit. If you find when you sit, your knees don't line up, put a blanket underneath your bottom. Take your thumbs into the middle center bottom of your foot and dig in there a little bit. Should be sensitive, because what part of your body isn't sensitive? Okay, push in. Get to the point of, wow, that's a fair deal of sensation. Hold there. Now close your eyes and feel yourself as the unmoving center of feeling and sensation. So we're practicing Purusha, which is consciousness. Prakriti is the feeling and the details and the stuff and the ever-changing kaleidoscope. Good. And drag your hands out. All right, now, to the degree that you can, put your left elbow on top of your right knee for a sec. Lift and shift. Try to get your elbow outside your knee and just come down and to the right. We beat our brains out on Monday and Wednesday if you were here. So it's okay to kind of relax in, take your time. Find Buddha's middle ground of sensation. Relax your neck, back, and shoulders where they meet. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. You've done everything you've needed to do in your whole life to get right here and be content, reasonably happy, unreasonably happy. Inhale, lift your guts, shift over a little more. Come on down. Easy does it. On your next inhalation, come up, yogis. Inhale. To a regular exhale. Now, way back in the day, we used to kneel and we would cross our ankles. That would destroy me right now. But I always liked the arm movement that we did. So this is somewhat similar. Bring your right arm under, fold up your arms, up and down with your elbows. So by the end of this year, I'd like to have all of my kneeling positions back and be able to torture us with kneeling crossed ankled position. Won't that be fun? There's always something to look forward to. Good, now take your elbows to the right and your nose way over to the left. Tilt your head to the left. Be Madonna, whichever version of her you like. Every pose is a prayer. Everyone opens up the valve of bliss, or what I like to call the love valve. Bring everything back to the center. Release out. Arms out. And sway back and forth like a kelp bed just off of Monterey. This feels really good. I'm getting dizzy. Good, now take your right arm way behind your back. Cram it way up there. Cram it. High up as it gets. Can you touch the back of your head with your right fingertips? Left arm up. Reach way, way, way. Push the heel of your left hand up to exaggerate. There's one thing I love doing, it's exaggerating. Left hand behind your head. Now, maybe your hands connect. They may not. And then whirligig your stuff. Ooh. Break up the accretions of congealed energy underneath your shoulder blades. And wing it around the other way. Had a migraine headache yesterday. Slammed my scapulas, but every day I get better at working them out, working out the negative samskaras. Good, and release out. Now inhale up for Om to the top. Every time we Om, we get smarter and more beautiful. Oh, I'll take one of those two any day. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, Yoga Mudra, and fold over your knee stuff. If your face comes down to the floor on this one, you are a bandy bear. Wiggle your toes. Soften your nose. The notion of being happy for no apparent reason, yogis call that Sat Chit Ananda. It means the ground of being that is ever present, but our minds wander away. Inhale, come on up. Silly minds. And then extend your legs out. And plant your hands. Counter pose. Up you go. Thinking of naming one of my YouTube channels Yoga for the Crushed and the Ruined. It's a little extreme, but people that have a hitch in their get along, people that have had their heart broken, people that have had injuries, people that feel like maybe they can't do it, people that, just yoga for the crushed and the ruined. I'm exaggerating a little bit. Now, right leg out. Left ankle over the top, right shin folds under if you want. Now this big split in our calf muscle, it's an incredibly dynamic, sensitive place. Dig in with your thumb. Sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. Get in there. Now push in and hold until you kind of go, ha, ha, that feeling. Good now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's good to share crank with your friends. 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. All right. Now we kind of did this up here. So arms out, right forearm on top. Relax your hands, chin level, close your eyes. Now, there's going to be a test after class of the name of this pose, but I know you guys all know it anyway. Maybe the people watching on YouTube don't. It's called Yogasana. It's named after yoga. So only a pretty cool pose gets named after yoga. Tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth, eyes closed, cultivating a calm and peaceful soul. This pose works for that because it promotes the downward grounding energy called Apana, A-P-A-N-A. You may feel an occasional gap in between the thoughts, the incessant caterwauling catastrophe of calamitous incoherencies, and then there's just space. Good job. Okay, that's sufficient. We don't have to overdo any of this. Okay, now from here, where we went was left knee goes over your right. We haven't done Gomugasana for a long time. Gomugasana, pose of the cow face. Sit on a blanket if you need to. Sit up nice and tall for a moment. If you can, put your right elbow on top of your left knee. That's the genesis of a twist. If your elbow goes outside, and then ridiculously bendy bears can get both elbows down on the floor. But this is where we gather to not compare ourselves to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. I heard a young person say that, and I was astonished by the wisdom in that saying, so I stole it. I purloined it for myself. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you're very flexible, try not to go so far. And if you're stiff as a boiled owl, just try to move in a little deeper. What good friends on the call tonight? Priya and Kristen and Ann, G, and Beth and Ann, and a friend named Graves, who I'm not sure that I've met. If I have and have forgotten, I've apologized. Now, while you're down, stay down, but lift your innards and shift them more to the left. Do work from the inside out rather than the outside in. Inhale, look out and forward. Exhale, dweep and down. Come on down. Think of something to be grateful for. My cat. Thank God God gave us pets, because life would just not be tolerable without our friendly, furry, feathery friends. Come on up. Humans are okay and everything, but God almighty. All right, now a little more reflexology. Thumbnail in underneath your big toe metatarsal, that big knuckle of your toe on the underside. Dig in until you kind of go, wow. And then push in. Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself as a merry-go-round with all the spinning horses and the calliope music and the bright lights and the nauseating turbulence of horses out there. But you're the center around which it all spins. Sometimes it's fun to be on one of those horses, and sometimes you got to get back to the center, or we're going to puke. So just be in the center for a moment. Now say the mantra out loud with me. I am a calm and peaceful soul that will forge a new samskara inside of you. Now swim toward me. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and forward fold as you like. As you like, Shakespeare. It's one of my favorite plays of his. Hey, when the weather gets warm, let's go to that outdoor amphitheater in Orinda and we'll watch a Shakespeare play together. Won't that be fun? Relax. Charge your batteries. Next inhale, come up, beautiful yogis. Inhale to the top. And Om with me. Drop your chin, connect your head, hands, and heart. And for your own self, say a visceral prayer. What I mean by that is a prayer of feeling, not a verbal prayer, which usually is kind of like begging, but just feel what you want to feel. Want more love, feel it. Want more money, feel it. Want more talent, feel it. Want more wisdom, feel it. There's one thing I know about each and every one of you for sure, that you want something and it never goes away. It's the creative urge that expands the universe. So feel, what did Gandhi say? Be the change you wish to see in the universe. Such wisdom. Good job. Come on out. And stretch your legs out. I think my yoga is becoming equal parts meditation and physical movement. So it changes over the years, doesn't it? Extend your legs out. Occasionally, I have horrible fantasies of my teacher watching my classes and just eating popcorn and just laughing hysterically, but we all have to get over that. Pull your toes in. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Stretch up. The best teachers I've ever worked with in my life have always been the most humble and open-minded and accepting of souls, never judging. Pause down, feet in, lift up. Stretch up so you more ecstasy and happiness fits inside of you. And sink down, yogis. On your back, legs up, legs out. And you're probably already stirring your ankles, I bet, but stir your ankles. Other way, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point your toes as sharply as you can. Now, opposite with your ankles. Lift up. Rip out. Good. Now bend your knees. Grab your big toes. Head up as high as you can get it. Stretch out as much as you can with your head up and your butt up. Then to the degree that you can, let your tail feathers and your head feathers relax down. It's okay if your knees are bent, as long as you are honestly visiting the end of your range of motion. Now, I remember Carolyn, she would just kind of rock side to side because she was so flexible. She had to do something to keep it interesting. So just roll side to side, maybe from foot to foot with your legs straight. What a great soul Carolyn is. We talk from time to time. She's doing great. She moved to the mountains. It's amazing how many people moved during the pandemic, isn't it? The pandemic moved a lot of us. It certainly moved me. Lift up your head. Toes on the floor like Carolyn. Who the hell is Carolyn, are the YouTube people saying? Squeeze your legs in together. And Urdhva Paschimottanasana means laying on your back, fold deep, forward fold. But this is yoga for the crushed and the ruined. So just do what you can. You know I'm saying that in jest, or I'm saying that to myself. Push your inner ankle bones together. Relax your shoulders. Drop your chin. Good. Now release your feet. Hands on your behind. Roll up and stick the dismount. This is where we pray with our hands and feet for the stuff that we really want. Do you ever pray to God for the stuff you really, really want? The secret stuff that, it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't actually ask God for that. It's too embarrassing or it's too egregious. As if if there were a God, that God wouldn't know our thoughts, right? Okay, now squeeze your knees in together and arms out. Now pull your knees into your collarbones with your toes right about eyeball level. You probably can't do that. But then you can bring your knees in further if you grab them, and then you re-wrap a couple of times underneath here. Some people can really wrap tight. They're called wrappers. Squeeze in as much as you can. Float your head up like Punxsutawney Phil in 26 days. I love Groundhog Day. It's my favorite day of the year. And just straighten your legs as much as you can. And this is where the perfect people can straighten their legs, and us normal folks just straighten as best we can. Bend your knees, set them down, bonk. Now pull your heels all the way into your bottom. This is how Greg squats now that he doesn't want to squat with pressure on his knee. So rewrap a couple times. Man, I've squatted enough in this life. Good God. All right, now reach down, cross your wrists, and grab your feet. Float your head up. Now you may feel a kink in the back of your neck, and we don't want that. So drop your chin enough so your neck and throat feel aligned, relaxed. Close your eyes. Squeeze yourself for a sec. Squeeze out old patterns, make room for something new. Squeeze your sponge. I'm completely convinced I was a sponge in a previous life, and I really relate to being a sponge and getting squeezed and expanding in the ocean kind of thing. You could learn a lot from a sponge. 2 more breaths. And release. Back up. Feet together. Now let's challenge ourselves a bit by pulling our feet as far as they'll go in. If they run all the way into you, then you don't even want to know what you're supposed to do from there because it's crazy. Just bring them in as far as you can. I get to about here and this knee says, just keep going, dude. And I'm just going to rock a little side to side. There's just something about rocking that stimulates a very old, visceral, animal soothing inside of us. Good. Now put your left elbow inside your left knee. Lean way over to the left and straighten your right arm. That may come easily or difficult, which pretty much covers everything. Okay, and then right elbow inside your right knee. We're doing some pressure point stuff, so we're always multitasking in my class. Straighten this arm. Okay, and that's all the lead up to, of course, being able to straighten both arms. Good, yogis. Now, simply straighten out your right leg over at about a 45-degree angle. Take your left foot, pull it into the inseam of your right thigh. Pull the heel in a little bit. Pull back on your right hip flesh a little bit. This then aims us more accurately down the right leg. And 45 seconds over the top of your right leg. You know, we'll do some breathing work in a moment, the 3-count breath, but take your time. It's Friday. There's probably not push-ups tonight, but there will be growth and evolution for sure. Now try this movement with me. Let's come up and look at each other. So I'm going to pull my right knee in, thus bending it. I'm taking my right hand out over the top of my foot. See that? It's easy with my knee bent. Now in a moment, we're going to inhale for 3, and then we're going to push the air out, and we're going to hold it out, and we're going to experience our life for a second. Inhale. Exhale, straighten it and come down. 1, hold the breath out. 2, experience fun with me. Good. Inhale, bend your right knee, bring it in. Soft and happy, juicy and greasy. Inhale. Exhale, straighten, come down, hold the breath out. 1, deeper. 2, head on your knee. 3, and come up, yogis. I got to tell you, I'm at least 37% more flexible now as a result of stealing that breathing technique from somebody who shall go nameless. Left leg out. Seriously, if somebody else is doing something and I like it, I'm taking it. It's mine. It's just mine. All right. Now, just kind of relax over your left leg. Nothing terrible just yet. Nothing belongs to anybody. They're all just thoughts and samskaras floating in the universe, and brains are just receivers. Okay, now bend your left knee, bend it, bend it. Get your hand all the way over the top, okay? It's pretty easy if you bend your knee a lot. Now, before we straighten, wiggle your spine, align your body. Just get ready for the 3 seconds of hysteria coming up. That's so fun. Inhale. Exhale. Push the air out. Straighten. 1. Deeper. 2. 3. Inhale. Soften. It's the happy part. It's the happy. It's the yin. Inhale. And yang it. 1, straighten. 2, push your head down to your knee. And come up, yogis. There's a lot of bang for your buck in that one. I love return on investment. All right. Inhale. Exhale. Now, of course, I forgot the arm thing, so luckily I remembered now. Swing your left arm under, fold them up, ups and downs. Now, elbows all the way over to the left, nose all the way over to the right. Tilt your head to the right, forearms to the left. This is the infinite mercy pose. This is the Madonna. This is the pure love of mother kind of pose. We need father type love. We need mother type love. Obviously, we need the balance of those two kinds. God was very smart to give us all a mother and a father. And those of us who had that. Good. Now release out. And side, side. The only place we're going tonight is right here. Good. Right hand, right knee, and exceedingly far behind your back with your left arm. Cram it up there as far as it'll go. Waddle it up there a little bit. Tickle the back of your head. Right arm up. Push the heel of your right hand up to make sure that you get full extension. Way up there. Now connect the digits behind your head or right hand behind your head. It's a good day when I can connect both on this side. Wing it around. Break up accretion. I like that word, accretion. The congealing of energies. Other way. Think of all that stuck energy in our upper back that if we got it out and tempered into something new, what beautiful new expressions of life that would be. New relationships, new feelings, new expressions. Could release out from that. Good. Now sit country style with me for a sec. Way out. Arms out. Internal. Up your back. To your bra strap. Chicken wings. Elbows inside. Push your knees together. Golly, maybe I'll do that tonight. Drop your chin. You guys, I'm getting more flexible. And squeeze. Feet flat. Withdraw into your prayer capsule, your egg. Now make ujjayi breathing, that soft, whispery seashell sound at the back of your throat. Squeeze extra good. Okay, now elbows out and whoo, I felt that. Legs out. Upavishta Konasana is so good for lower body health. And just go ahead and slide out, and I'm going to leave that up to you. You be your own human protractor tonight. Pull back on your hi, how you doings a little bit. Rotate your thigh bones forward. Good. Now take your thumbs forward on the front side, just up above your knee. Lean forward and endeavor to straighten your arms. Push down. Stick your suction cups on the underseam of your octopus legs down into the floor. Good, yogis. And release out of that. Now lace your hands down south. So I really want you to push out through your heels like you're pushing walls away with your feet. You're pushing the floor down with the underseam of your legs. The base of your spine and back is tilting forward so you're on top of your sits bones. Sit bones. I don't like teachers that call them sits bones. Irritates me. Now lace your hands. And inhale. Turn your hands over at your throat chakra. And now super extra starfish pose. Now close your eyes, chin level, get strong and firm, stable and grounded, rooted and connected to the earth. Splay your toes open. And I want you to be soft and firm at the same time. I want you to have the beautiful blend. I'm a strong, firm, stable person. I'm a soft, impressionable, compassionate person. I need both qualities, sometimes at the same time, sometimes way more of one than the other. We never just want to be one quality. We want to be a beautiful symphony. Sometimes you got to be unyielding, and sometimes you got to be soft and easy. Good. Now hands at your heart. Now I want you to exaggerate by leaning forward from the hips, not cramming down from our head. Put 10 fingertips on the floor. Walk out a little bit. And this sounds paradoxical. That's a hard word to say. Paradoxical. But feel a back bend as you come down. I'm exaggerating the point. And then if you can get your elbows down, that's a milestone. If you can't, that's okay. Some people can come all the way down. Close your eyes, spray your hands, or splay your hands, or spread your hands wide open and your feet. Close your eyes and get intimate with this feeling. We all want intimacy of feelings with a host of other humans. Of course we do. But we must garner that intimacy on the inside first. You can't expect other people to give what we won't give ourselves, of course. Well, of course we expect that, but we won't get it. Inhale, look out at your bright future. It's amazing. Exhale, relax. This crazy notion in modern Western yoga that a pose is better if it's bigger or more flexible or more grandiose. Ah, God, so silly. It just invalidates billions of people. Do what you can. Inhale, come up. And hands behind your head. We're in the home stretch, you beautiful yogis. And tilt down to the right. You can stop anywhere along the continuum if you want. If your elbow hits your knee, great. Turn your chest up a little bit. If your elbow comes down and hits the floor inside of your knee, go ahead. If you want to reach out and grab your right big toe, I wouldn't stop you. And then stretch open like a hieroglyph, like a beautiful alphabet letter, and stretch up. Close your eyes and trust that this shape for you it's a beautiful thing for you. It's a tuning fork, it's a resonance, it's a shape, it's a prayer. Good. Now, tall person comes by, grabs your left fingers and brings you out of situation. Ooh. Good. Now, lace one finger over the weird feeling way. Pause behind your head. Get up on top of them sit bones, okay? Pushing you a little. I'm pushing myself a little bit. I'm just a regular old person. Elbow, elbow. If your elbow doesn't hit your knee or if your right butt cheek comes up, then you could stop. If your elbow easily hits your knee, bring your elbow down to the floor inside your left knee. Be back in a second. Stupid camera. Just what I need on YouTube. How do you learn? You make mistakes. I don't want to make mistakes, but I do want to learn. That's a paradox. Good. Now, right arm up, kids. You knew to do that. Good. Now, just from the center of your body, just below your belly button, radiate out in big streams of beautiful beams of energy, all extending out like happy starfishes. You can grab your left toe if you want. This pose goes off to infinity from here, but I just don't care about that. There's wherever you go, there's always infinity. So just do what you can. Two more breathings. If you hit the sweet spot in the pose, you become a channel and the valve opens up. And arise up, dear yogis. Come on up. Oh, goodness. That was so good. Cross your legs regular style. You know what would feel good after that? A twist to the right, easy style. Breathe. Inhale. And release out of Parivrita Sukhasana and twisty easy to the left, right hand, left knee. Get what you need. You know, the teacher's inside of you. Good. Now release out of that. Now, tonight I did promise a 60-minute class. So we're going to chant Om one more time. Of course, I'm going to do 5 minutes of Shavasana with you, but that'll be the concluding sequence. So to the top, inhale. Chant Om as long as you can. Push the air all the way out. Moses parting the Red Sea. I think you saw that movie. Ooh. We are calm and peaceful souls. Good. Then, if you'd like to hang out with me for 4 minutes of Shavasana, I'd love to host on your back. I will guard your premises for you. I'm going to whisper some beautiful affirmations in your ears silently through the ether. Relax, release, settle in. Be a bag of bones, a sack of clams. Unzip your skin suit. Let your ether body out. Some people would laugh at me for saying that, but I laugh at people who don't believe that obvious truth that we have a deep, essential, vibrational, spiritual body. Biggest inhale of your whole life. Exhale, let it go. Shed your skin. Each and every one of us is building up a momentum of good, a samskara of goodness. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate the influx, the inflow of the highest that you know in and through you. Absorb it like my friends, the sponges. Draw your knees in, curl onto your right side. Love all over yourself. It's the message of 2022. And then with eyes closed, sit up nice and slow, keeping the creamy filling on the inside. You know exactly what I'm talking about, that feeling of bliss, ananda, peace, to whatever degree you can feel it. Hands into the beautiful heart. And that most mystical word, reverence, feeling reverence. And altogether, the glorious Friday night yogis, we all say, Namaste.